The global climate is changing, and we in the Caribbean are feeling that change. Poor communities are often the hardest hit. Our Caribbean communities need to become stronger, better prepared and protected.
There has been a lot of changes in the community. We used to be able to predict the rainfall. Now we can't. Farmers have to be changing their planting season.
And after 100 years of being malaria-free, we've once again been invaded by the disease.
So while Ms. Chateau and Rena Hagbert have set the scene for why we're all here.
So I very much see this as an ongoing process and hopefully the start of a regional multi-stakeholder initiative around disaster risk reduction and climate adaptation.
I would invite you to please stand up and come to that part of the room.
Good morning, my name is Arthur Roll. I'm Director of Meteorology in the Bahamas.
Tina Brunner, Ministry of Planning, Housing and the Environment.
I'm Nkrumah Green from Jamaica. I work with an organization, it's an NGO, small one, called ROC, Women's Resource and Outreach Center.
We are noticing that the hurricanes are developing at the lower latitudes and they are becoming more intense in a shorter period of time. Wilma, in 24 hours, moved from a tropical storm to Category 5 hurricane. And this is because of the warmer sea temperatures which fuel the intensity of those hurricanes. We consider that the majority of disasters in the region have a climate signal, they're climate-based. Then when you talk about disaster mitigation in the disaster community, and we talk about climate change, adaptation, we talk in the same language.
In our warning system, we have to cover this entire archipelago.
When it comes to climate change, we have to turn it on its head. Arthur, representing 1% of the community, has 90% of the information.
From a governmental perspective, again, in disaster management, I would basically like to see a team approach.
We need to go and talk to individuals in the community. You know, we went in to talk to persons for 1 hour. And persons went on and on. They have a whole lot to say.
One of my volunteers, his thing was government's like a big cruise ship. They get there, they're really strong and sturdy, but when it's time to turn, they turn very slowly. And the other organizations that are in the field, the community-based groups that are there, they turn very quickly, but they come with very small packages.
I think I understand you saying that some of these messages by the young people are used in national radio, and so that message is being shared with Jamaica as a whole.
And this is in relation to the response to the 2005 flood, in which the women were trained, okay? And when the disaster came, it was actually the men who were going in front and they were not trained because they never went to the workshops. So I think that was what he was talking about. Over here.
One group. When the community do this and this and this, and the community doesn't understand anything, the expert leaves, and the community asking, what did he say?
What did he say?
What are we supposed to do tomorrow?
Because I thought that was not the norm to have men taking over. But when you mention that it's kind of, they will take over. Leadership is really to say, now that you're going out, let me show you that I'm doing something.
We're not talking about partnerships in the theoretical, but in the realities you have. What gaps they are, what opportunities there might be.
Check and make sure that I'm capturing the...
So we get some sort of consensus.
Yes.
Okay, guys.
Yes, it will be a paragraph.
At 5:30, it's 5:45 and you want to keep...
Accept and understand that these changes aren't just acts of God.
To have the change, people must have the knowledge.
To realize that we have contributed to what's happening and we need to begin to make a difference.
Know exactly what to expect, what the changes are, and after that, you can adjust yourself, your community, your nation to addressing those changes.
I would like to start by portraying a global picture of what is happening. People all over the place, they're all telling very consistent stories.
The workshop which we saw highlighted in the video was not just a talk shop.
it brought together a wide variety of organizations which discussed and proposed a number of practical initiatives and outcomes.
Emphasize that we can do something as individuals, communities, country, and as a region. And I urge all to let us talk, let us work together, let us plan. We are one people, one region, and in unity there is strength. To be ready, we have to start today. Thank you very much.